inspires others to do the same and spread the Christmas spirit. After 48 years, the Royal Alberta Museum is closing its doors to the public as it prepares for the move to their new location. After a grueling 3 months in the Firefighters Academy, these young men and women were able to shine. After a recent controversy involving a 7-year-old transgender child who desired to use the girls' washroom at her Catholic school in Edmonton, debate has arisen of the responsibilities of the schools to provide gender-neutral bathroom facilities. Bullying has been the topic of conversation for many years now. 1 in 3 adolescent Canadian students have reported being bullied. People like Corey Seller, who've had to deal with this type of behavior before, understand the importance of speaking out. Wow, Ben really gave us an earful on all that sports stuff. Hey, Jane?
Yeah, Randy. Do you use spat in hockey?
What? No. Welcome to Cooking with Ernest. I'm your host, Randy, and we're here with Chef Dan. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. My favorite meal is breakfast, and I hear you have the perfect recipe for that.
We do. We're going to cook some pancakes today. So we're going to start with just all-purpose flour.
Okay.
Basically, you can use any other flour you want. You can use whole wheat, brown, white, green, purple, whatever you want.
Green and purple.
Firemen are put at risk each time they are called out to a fire or a car accident, with no fear for themselves. The only concern is the safety of others.
Students at NAIT are split over the issue, but in reality, the numbers don't lie. With 100,000 cans of pop sold each month, that leaves 40 million grams of sugar surging through the NAIT campus. Edmonton firemen respond to thousands of calls each year, and that grows as the city expands. It is not only for fires, it includes medical calls as well as car accidents. The numbers are astounding. With over 39,000 calls reported in 2013, these men and women work every day to ensure our safety. But sometimes things don't happen as planned.
We're at a fire downtown in city center, and it was an electrical fire. Anyways, we had put it out. It was on the insulation of a transformer, and we had put it out with a dry chem, and the whole area was still remained charged, and we didn't know that. So I got electrocuted. It arced over top of me and went in through my back and came out through my hand. So it was a pretty life-changing.
Firemen are put at risk each time they are called out to a fire or a car accident, with no fear for themselves. The only concern is the safety of others.
I'd say to those guys, take care of your family, think about the things you're doing, and make sure that at the end of every day you're going to go home to your wife and your kids.
Every day is a calculated risk, and every day the fear of the unknown lingers in the soot and the damp air. It is not only the risk of death while responding to a call, it also can come in the form of PTSD or different types of cancers related to their careers. These men and women see the unimaginable and yet manage to maintain a normal life outside of the job. I was told when interviewing these brave men that you have to leave your work at the hall and take care of your own. Randi-Marie Adams, 2nd Edition News.
Story.
This movement was created in Nova Scotia and has been a major player in creating awareness and showing support. Many people shared their stories to show that it was okay to speak up.
These are a few shots of...
Corey Seller, a television student at NAIT, has dealt with his share of bullying. In high school, he was taunted and made fun of, all behind his back on a Twitter account created by a supposed friend.
It started roughly in the middle of grade 11, and then once grade 12 came around, it just kept getting worse and worse. I kept discovering more things about what was happening, and it was cyberbullying.
It is difficult for many people to speak out. Pink Shirt Day helps give that voice to someone's silence. Alberta's Premier Rachel Notley showed support and spoke to the students at Jasper Place High School.
We know that it's important to take action as much as we can to demonstrate that we will not tolerate bullying of any kind.
NAIT kicked off its first annual Pink Shirt Day, which provided an opportunity for students to come out and take the time to write kind words and show their support. Be kind! Bullying has been the topic of conversation for many years now. 1 in 3 adolescent Canadian students have reported being bullied. People like Corey Seller, who've had to deal with this type of behavior before, understand the importance of speaking out.
Why am I here? I don't want to say suicide thoughts, but in honesty, it was suicide thoughts. I didn't want to live anymore at that time.
Corey dealt with a difficult battle, but had a very strong support system.
It's a great opportunity, and the energy makes me want to open up more and to be around the people I know and be around people that I don't know.
Bullying can come across in the most subtle ways. Here at NAIT and across the province, it was a clear sign that it was okay to stand up and fight.
Randy, how serious has bullying become here in Canada?
Well, Bailey, it has gone much deeper than before as social media plays such a huge part in our lives. In the last 4 years, about 73% of its victims reported being bullied.
Randy, does this only affect young students in elementary or high school, or has this been known to affect adults as well?
It can affect young or old. There are so many different versions of bullying, mentally, physically, emotionally, and this happens in school, online, and in the workplace.
Thanks.
Visit these galleries for one last time, because they're not going with us. I mean, the objects are, certainly, but we're recasting the galleries. We're telling different stories. There'll be new exhibits. So what people have grown very familiar with and comfortable with, across generations even, won't